Once upon a time, there was a process named LTD living in the house of synaptic plasticity. LTD lived in a small place called Neuroville that had great communication connections between the inside and the outside world in the land of the human body. Although processes are very important in Neuroville, LTD was always neglected due to the fame of his brother process, named LTP. LTP had it all by providing strength, power, frequency, efficiency, magnitude, and more in his work. LTP was the it process that also lived in the house of synaptic plasticity. LTP was sad because he could not provide an increase on the efficacy of synapses like LTP would. Actually, quite the contrary. LTD had such an antagonistic reaction by decreasing the efficacy of synapses. One day LTD had a turmoil nearby, but LTP had arrived already to the rescue. Nearby. And unfortunately, he could not fix the problem that was happening there. LTP told neurons that he had hit a wall, but he could not fix a problem with the synaptic activity. LTP told neurons that he had hit a wall. Two of the neurons. Synaptic activity kept increasing for these neurons, and these harmed critically the ability to encode new information for other neurons. And with calcium levels below the threshold, it delivered a low-frequency stimulation to neurons. When observed closely, these events, a low amplitude rise in calcium concentration in the postsynaptic CA1 neuron activated the postsynaptic protein phosphatases, which caused the internalization of postsynaptic AMPA receptors, thereby decreasing the sensitivity to glutamate released from the Schaffer collateral terminals. Low-frequency stimulation of the Schaffer collateral axons causes long-lasting depression of synaptic transmission in the hippocampus. In the cerebellum, glutamate is released by parallel fibers. This activates both AMPA receptors and metabotropic glutamate receptors. Metabotropic receptors produces two second messengers, DAG and IP3. DAG and IP3 interact with calcium. Calcium enters when climbing fiber activity opens voltage-gated calcium channels. The opening of voltage-gated calcium channels lead to activation of PKC. PKC triggers class 3-independent internalization of postsynaptic AMPA receptors. LTD's true role was aiding LTP by weakening specific synapses in order to give way to new synapses that would encode for new information. Though the start for LTD was rough, his value in Neuroville has grown. LTD and LTP are now the balance that maintains synaptic plasticity. LTD and LTP helping learning and making new memories, living happily ever after.